Hi Capricorn, welcome to your April Tarotscopes. It's Majori here from the Punk Priestess. Hello. All right, so we're gonna get into it. Hopefully this month ahead is a little gentler for you. We will have Taurus season at the end of the month, so you'll be back into some earthy energy soon enough. So what I'm starting off here is with a signifier, main energy, you know the drill. And then I have a clarifier using this oracle deck here. Okay. So what I have here is the Three of Pentacles reversed, and then I have Harmony. Okay, so let's start off with the Three of Pentacles. And this is meaning, you know, in correlation of harmony, that maybe you ended some work conflicts, or if there were something that wasn't really working out, it's over with. It's like, you know, the issue, you know, okay, these people aren't who I want to work with, or these people aren't supportive. These people are like this and I'm like this, and it's not compatible. But it's bringing you harmony because you now know what it's like to work with certain people, and you now know different incompatibilities for you. So we like the information. We like the information, and sometimes we have to kind of see what's not working, and that in itself is an answer for us to know what we do want to align ourselves with, how we do want to work, or who we want to work with. And you know, for you, it's like it's brought you a lot of harmony to kind of go through this situation. And even if it's like applying for jobs and not getting the interview and then realizing, oh shit, that company is like horrible, or those people are horrible. It's like sometimes like we don't get all the information at once, and then when we get it and we see how the universe was kind of working in our favor behind the scenes, it brings us harmony and a feeling of peace that are like, okay, I don't have to go through the situation. I don't have to worry about, you know, these things anymore. Moving on. All right, pulling some more tarot cards here. Oh my god, this is interesting. I just got this deck, so this is my first time seeing most of these cards, and I pulled here the Queen of Cups, and these like little angels in the corner just reminded me of little Nas, which love to see it, but it's just kind of like made me laugh. All right, anyway, so this is what I pulled. I have Justice reversed here. I have the King of Swords upright, and then the Queen of Cups upright. This is going to be like the little Nas card for me. That's what I'm going to say. Little Nas card. Okay, so we have Justice. Libra energy. It's reversed right now. We have the Libra full moon on April 16th. And when Justice is reversed, it's time for you to really reflect on what are you balancing in your life? Why are you feeling depleted, stressed? Are you feeling that you need to overcompensate for something or for someone? Are you putting too much priority in your relationships and not enough in like your work? Or is it like you're putting too much in your work and not your relationships? It's like you need to find the balance. And right now the scales are not balanced, but whatever teachable moment you had with people, it's going to help you shift the scales accordingly and bring back that balance, bring back that inner peace, outer peace in your life. Also, when Justice comes up, we have to think about enemies. We have to think about people who do not want what's best for us. People who are working against us behind the scenes, or like people that we might be directly, like we would directly know. Do not go by this person. Boundaries, don't talk to them. You know, it's just like you can see the avoidant energy around you. So it's good when we know who our enemies are on a direct basis, but a lot of times there's people in our lives that we think are our friends, like they disguise themselves as our friends, but really, you know, they're working maliciously behind the scenes to ruin our lives. So it's just like, you really need to be discerning about energy, because as you shift these scales back into balance, it's like, what is it going to take for you to have that shift? Like maybe you're realizing that there's too much like work and no play, and you need to nurture certain relationships in your life that are calling for your attention. And if you don't nurture these relationships, you're going to lose them. So there's definitely, you need to kind of find harmony in relationships. Like you now know like the disharmony, you know what's not working for you, you know what you don't want. And then if it's something that you do want, you need to kind of shift the balance into that. Because you're only going to get the reward if you put the energy towards it. If you don't put the energy towards something, you're not going to get that reward. And when I wrote my Tarotscopes for my social media, the little sentence blurbs that I write for them, Capricorn had a lot of choices and decisions to make. The Hanged Man reversed was pulled. And you know, this is really kind of telling you that you need to make a choice on something. You need to not suspend yourself any longer, because if you don't make the choices now, you're going to miss out on the opportunity. And now justice is showing up as like, you got to get those skills back in balance. You got to figure out what relationships you want to commit to, what relationships you don't want to commit to. Like it's time, the time is now to decide. You pretty much have until the full moon on the 16th to make these decisions, or then the universe is going to make them for you. So time is definitely of the essence. Also justice being in correlation to Libra. This is partnership. This is work partnership, business, friendship partnership, and this can also be romantic partnership. And I'm not talking about dating. I'm talking about the next steps. Like, can you see this person as a potential partner for marriage? Can you see this colleague being someone that's instrumental in your career growth and development? It's like, you really got to start thinking about now that you're becoming more mature, that this is not your first rodeo. You've been on this adventure now for quite some time. You really need to know about and think about the relationships that you want to nurture and cultivate and bring those forward. That is how the scale is going to shift. It's either you shift it in your favor towards relationships, or you decide to uphold relationships that are never going to give you what you want and desire. So it's up to you. We have here the King of Swords, and this is a great card. We have Mercury in Aries right now, and then it's going to go into Taurus on the 10th of April. So it's like right now you feel maybe compelled to speak, and then you're going to kind of backtrack on some of your words. But pretty much you have the discernment and the patience to know when to speak and when to not. You can hold your tongue. So it might feel a little interesting that this Mercury Aries energy is pushing you to speak, but then there's a sense of you that are maybe intuitively picking up that, ooh, maybe by the time Mercury goes into Taurus, it's probably not going to be the best time for me to say something. So it is like, speak now or forever hold your peace. That is the phrase for these two energies. Speak now or forever hold your peace. So it's like you either tell these people what it is, you either set those boundaries, or you open up the door for a possible connection to come through, or, opportunity, whatever it is when it comes to other people, or you hold back and you wait for that alignment to come again, if ever. That's why it's so important to make choice right now. Because it's like the past couple months have been an influx of like indecision, and then we get a couple like weeks of Aries where it's like, okay, you got to act. It's never going to be the right time. Let's go. Let's be impulsive. And then we're getting shifted into this Taurus slow moving energy, and then we're having this rush of Pisces, this resurgence of Pisces energy coming into 5 planets that's going to take over by the time the end of the month happens. So that is kind of what the Queen of Cups is initiating, is that you need to be emotionally content. You need to feel like your emotions are being valid and responded to. And if you're holding back, if you're being reluctant on expressing yourself, because mentally you're like, ooh, is this the right choice? Is this like not the right choice? You are going to disengage your heart, and then that in return is going to disengage your audience. This is why it's so important to have these scales in balance accordingly. You really need to pause and think about, what am I doing with my time and energy? How am I giving, certain people access to me for better or for worse? Maybe there's people in your life that you need to, connect deeper with, or maybe there's people in your life that you don't need to connect deeper with. Maybe you've been engaging too much with certain people and it's just not what you want, Like sometimes we don't want to do something, but then we do it because we're like, oh, I don't want to feel bad about, not doing something, and I don't want to be mean, but it's like you're doing yourself and the other person a disservice by continuing to uphold relationships or like relationship expectations that, you don't really want to fulfill. Does that make sense? All right, I'm going to post some clarifiers here. Queen of Cups, Venus is in Pisces. It's a very beautiful energy until May 1st. So love is on. It's definitely a very beautiful time to be romantic, dream, dive into fantasy, use your imagination. So it's kind of like you need to open up your heart. I think I was talking about this last week or last month. You really need to open up your heart. Your mind's like overruling your emotions right now. And I don't know if that's the right choice. You can't put love on the back burner and be like, oh, another time I'll worry about a relationship. I'll do that. It's like when it's coming in, it's coming in. Love is an unexplainable force, and it's powerful than anything. It's more powerful than our minds. Okay, so this is what I'm pulling here. I have someone is laughing at you. Tee hee ha ha. I have Sky Daddy coming through. And then I have Elevate. All right. So we're going to start off with someone is laughing at you. And I feel like this is just totally in connection to the Three of Pentacles reverse, the Justice reverse. It's like you're going through, or you've been through a social blow in some sense. It's like you thought these friends were your friends. You thought these colleagues you could trust, like, or a boss, like teacher, mentor, whatever. And it's just like they're laughing at you. And maybe a lot of people are laughing at you for compassionate reasons. Maybe people are like, oh my God, it's so obvious you need to do this, but you're not doing it, And we need sometimes the audience to laugh at our foolishness or our suspension. And it's kind of a little laughable. When I wrote the Tarotscope for the Hangman for you, I did talk about, you decide to suspend yourself during the busiest time of the year. Like, why? And it is kind of laughable because it's like, why would you do that? Why are you doing that? And it's because you're so in your head about everything. And it's just really annoying for you because like your heart really wants to take off. And you really need to open yourself up. You need to get out of your head because you don't want people to keep laughing at you. And like, if people are laughing at you, the universe might be laughing at you. But it's like, you need to kind of laugh at yourself and be like, why am I being so ridiculous about this? Why am I so in my own head about something when I really need to be in my heart about something or someone? Sky Daddy. So we have Sky Daddy here, and this is just telling you that the aha moments will come, and you don't have to like stress your life mentally. Like you have it figured out. Like, what are you looking for? Like, what other clues do you need to solve this mystery? Like, literally, what is it? What is it? That's why people are laughing because they're like, you solved it. You've solved it. Move on, move forward. Make a conclusion about it. You know your answers. Why are you second guessing? Why are you hesitant on this truth? Everything's been revealed to you, and I don't know what else you're looking for. You know, are you looking for disappointment? Are you looking for different results? Are you looking for a work colleague to change their mind and come at you different? Like, whatever you kind of figured out that caused disharmony and alchemize that to harmony, it's just like, you can't expect things to change. You already know the results. It's like, you know, it's like you're in a courtroom and all the evidence is laid out and it's very obvious and clear what crime was committed and who did it. But there's still a part of you that's in disbelief that, is it really this easy? Is this really all that it takes to finish the story or to solve this mystery? You know? And I think for you, maybe you were having too much fun being an investigative, I don't know. I lost the word I was going to say. It's not shrink. Oh my God, I forgot what I was saying. Anyways, but it's like, you know, you were investigating this and, you know, maybe got too carried away in the mission. And now that the case is solved, you're like still hungry for the clues. So it's just like, everything's been revealed to you. The Sky Daddy has opened up and it's like, okay, like, what are you going to do with this information? What are you going to do to move forward now that you have all your answers? The Queen of Cups is like, I'm waiting. You know, my cup is filled. I want to be able to drink and hang out with someone, but you know, I have to drink alone because you're in your head. That's kind of like the energy that's happening. So you need to really elevate your heart a little bit. You need to elevate what you're seeking. You need to elevate what you're after. And I think like you know what the story is, you know the truth, you know what you want, and you just have to feel confident in that. I'm going to pull some astrology. And also the Queen of Cups, this could be someone in your life, gender inclusive, who is very compassionate, warm, and, you know, just someone who's a nurturer, a natural nurturer. Very insightful, very intuitive. Okay, so this is what I'm pulling here. Oh, I also want to do... I'm going to do another clarifier. All right, so I have here beauty as the clarifier. So I have beauty, I have the 5th house, which is true love and romance, creative self-expression. And then I have the North Node in Taurus. So they definitely have a lot of fixed energy coming through. And this is meaning that it's very unchangeable energy, right? So we have this fire coming through of Aries, and it's being supported by this 5th house energy, sister sign of Leo. And then we have the beauty coming in with this Queen of Cups energy. And then the North Node is currently in Taurus. So we are thinking about reinventing and working through trying to find more success in material longevity endeavors. So for you with career and work and money, especially, really thinking about taking, you know, Taurus season in stride and really capitalizing on what you've been trying to build. This is where the momentum is going to come for you in terms of work and career. But it's also like you're having this calling to express your heart right now. So it's like you're gonna have to balance these scales between love and work, play and pleasure, ambition and discernment. There's just so much coming that you probably didn't expect. And it's okay. You know, that's sometimes how the universe works. We can't keep in control of everything. And I know it's hard because you like to be in control and you like to know what is on the horizon so you can have a firm grasp on it. But the North Node is kind of saying you're going to have to do things differently this time because this is a karmic response. And the 5th house is like, you can have pleasure, you can have beauty, you can have fun, you can have sex, you can have connection, but you need to balance that out equally with building a stable life. It can't just be all fun and pleasure and nothing comes of it. It's like you need to make sure, like, okay, if I go this route in this direction, this is actually going to lead to something more purposeful in the long haul. So that is definitely something to work through. But there's a lot of harmony now in knowing what you don't want and knowing who you don't want. And then you can now push that into this Queen of Cups energy and elevate that energy towards a more beautiful story. So that is the reading, Capricorn. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you want a personal reading with me, I'm open for May and April for astrology and tarot readings. And also check out my new moon spell candle collection that just launched in my shop. So thank you so much, and I will see you next month.